Hello and welcome to the Astral Guide. I'm Shireen. So in this series I am going to do a few different things about perspectives, and there's just different things that I'd like to shed some light on, my own perspectives on things that make life just a little bit easier to look at, because our perspective can change everything. One small perspective or one big perspective can change the whole course of our life. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about perfection. So with perfection, it's really never achievable. It's an illusion, as we say, and it is good for motivation, and it can be absolutely exhausting. And I'm sure we're all guilty of it in one shape or another. Some of us are more prone to be perfectionists than others. Throw perspective on it to see if it would help, because I found that it helped myself anyway. I have had moments of being a perfectionist in my life, and with the chronic illness and stuff like that, that really helped me to calm down and not try so hard, because there was days, weeks, months, years where I just couldn't keep up to it. I couldn't keep up to a normal pace of living. You can't, there's not, it's not sustainable, and it's being hard on ourselves for no reason, really. I'm all about self improvement. I'm all about improving. There's always room to improve. But perfectionism that has been put upon us as a society is very dangerous and unnecessary if anybody is struggling with something like that. So, just for a moment, just imagine that everything is perfect as it is, and we're the ones projecting our flaws on it, whatever it is in our life, whether it's ourselves, a situation, it doesn't matter. Um, just for a moment, as messy as it can be and as unpleasant as life can be, and maybe we don't want it to look a certain way or we don't want it to be a certain way, but it is that way. And if there's no changing that, then there's no point in beating ourselves up over it. A saying I heard once, which I really like, and it stuck with me. It goes, if the world was meant to be perfect, trees wouldn't be crooked. And I love that saying. It really resonated with me. You think about things like, as simple as a wall. If there's something on the wall like dirt or something, a mark on the wall that's not supposed to be there, well, we're the ones that are getting irritated about it, not the wall. We're the ones that are projecting this frustration onto something. Um, and this is the same with everything. So another thing to keep in mind is pushing. It's a pushing energy, and pushing creates resistance, like bodybuilders, like gravity, like whatever. Pushing creates resistance. And when you're paying attention to the behavior of energy, this comes into play with perfectionism every single time. The more we try to perfect something, the more it goes wrong. The more we try to force something rather than flow with something, the more it pushes back. And that's an energy behavior. So the best thing we can do, I'm sure lots of people know this already, but it's certainly something I practice a lot, is just drop everything. And when we think things are falling apart, as they say, sometimes they're actually falling into place. That's another beautiful saying, and very, very true, and can be applied to absolutely anything. Um, and I've become very, I try to be very balanced. I try not to push too hard. And like I said, my lessons came from a very hard way. I had no choice but to listen and pay attention. In fact, to be honest, I've come on here quite a few times and I could put the shopping and the bags under my eyes, but I don't care because I want to come on and speak. Another great saying to keep in mind, and that's overthinking is the thief of creativity. And I think that's the precursor to perfectionism. It's, it's mapping out everything in our heads to the point that it's paralyzing. It robs all of the energy before we can use it because we've overthought everything, and it's very distracting and defeats the whole purpose of achieving anything. It's very crafty. So a lot of people with Virgo placements, I've noticed, have a lot more of this. Now, I have Virgo in my chart as well. But I've definitely noticed particularly Virgo moons, and they can be genius. Like, they can be really genius at perfecting things and doing things, but they can be extremely hard on themselves. And my heart goes out to people like that. Really, it really truly does, because I can see how hard they are on themselves. And another thing I will say from what I've observed is that perfectionism truly is an illusion because it's subjective. Everybody's version of it is different. It's totally subjective, and the other fact of the matter is that everything changes. So nothing, even if it was perfect, it won't stay perfect. It will change. It's just the nature of things. So just for people to chill, tell the bitch to chill, and there's no need to be so uptight. It's constraining energy, and people around us feel it. We exhaust ourselves, we exhaust situations, we exhaust the energy itself because it's suffocating. And like I've said in a previous video, you can't choke hold the energy and expect any outcome. It's just not going to happen. You have to loosen up the grip. The looser grip has the tighter hold. In the astral, everything is without question. Things just happen. Well, obviously that's a completely different realm of flow, and that's something to think about a little bit, obviously, here. But the mistakes that happen, as we say, like fortunate mistakes that happen, even when we're trying so hard to be not even perfect, but trying too hard, mistakes can happen, and they're always nearly always a blessing in disguise. And something will happen, whether you're interrupted doing something, whether something just doesn't happen, or you forget to be at a place. Something blocks you, something blocks your way, and it will always do that for a reason. And in music, we would call that a happy mistake, a happy accident. And I don't believe in coincidence and accidents, but it turns out better than the way we thought it would. And that's what happens when we let our egos bully us. So don't let your ego bully you, is my message. The ego is always rushing. It's always in a hurry. It's always trying to, it never stops thinking. So it's always got us, by the balls, to listen and take all our energy. So it's about fine-tuning that balance and staying on the I want to improve, but I'll do my best at my pace, not at the pace of my ego or society, or which is basically somebody else's ego or somebody else's projection or old programs running in the background, So anyway, I hope that helped, and I will continue to do more videos on perspectives, and please feel free to share in the comment section if you have any perspectives you'd like to share. Please feel free to do so. If anybody's looking for a personal reading, my details are in the description box. And if you like this video, press the like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. There'll be more videos coming soon. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye.